Hey, what's up guys? This is Kyle with Bear River Strength and Conditioning. We are introducing a weekly tips and tricks video. The Open is coming up. We've got a week and a day until that first announcement. We've been getting a lot of questions about the handstand push-ups specifically, other movements. So the goal here for the next couple of weeks is to introduce some movements that you're gonna see in the Open that aren't gonna necessarily be coached during class, give you a few steps to kind of be able to knock that out and hopefully get some handstand push-ups in the Open, if not later on down the road. So when we're talking about the handstand push-ups specifically, the Kipping handstand push-ups, we're really looking at like a step-by-step process that's gonna get you to the handstand push-ups. What we don't wanna see is you trying handstand push-ups if you don't have the capacity for them. So we build it from the ground up. Once you've accomplished the first step, you can go to step two to step three. So Nicole is gonna demonstrate our first step. So the key here is the tripod positioning. Okay, you're gonna have 3 points of contact. Obviously your two hands and the top of your head. It's the bottom of the Kipping handstand push-up position. There's two things that we're looking for here. The first is equal distribution between the hands and the head, 50-50. Okay, so what Nicole's gonna do, she's gonna put her hands on the ground, and then she'll put her head on the ground. She's gonna get her hips elevated as high as she can. From there, she's gonna take one knee to the elbow and the other knee to the elbow. This is the first step. She's looking for equal distribution between the hands and the head. It should be balanced. Go ahead and come down. Once you've got that, and you can repeat that over and over, then we can go to the second part of the tripod, which is back positioning. As she comes down, she's gonna go into her tripod, and you'll notice her back, okay? She's got the 50-50 balance down, but what we're struggling with is maybe a little bit of a rounded back. The goal here is to fix that back positioning while still balancing. So if you'll notice, she can just raise her knees up, that back flattens out, and then she can come back down. You can repeat that over and over till that back gets flat, and you can balance and come up and down over and over again. Okay, so once you have step one down, which is that tripod, the 50-50 balance and the back positioning, now we can start to develop into the kip and the extension portion. So what we're looking for here is the development off the tripod. On the tripod, why don't you come demo this? On the tripod, okay, we're gonna keep her at a horizontal level. So she's gonna come to her tripod, she's gonna use the ground as her target point. So on the kip, basically the extension of the legs, she's gonna kick to that floor in front of her as fast as she can, and then extend, go ahead, and push through. So what we did there is we're developing speed in the kip, and then we're developing the awareness of that walk out position. Okay, so again, that's a developed skill. So some of you might get stuck on that. That means we need to practice and practice and practice that step until we can move on to the next one. You always keep in mind, you always have the safety net of the ground. You're not gonna get hurt there. Just put your feet on the ground is the worst case scenario that can happen. So let's say hypothetically that was Nicole's sticking point and she was right there. That's her goal, is to practice that. The next thing, which is step 3 that we can introduce, is the ability to get the foot to the wall, the feet to the wall in the kip, and then still get the extension. So again, what we don't want to do is take you to like a straight vertical spot like you'd see in the handstand push-up from the get-go. You need to develop that skill. So what you'll do is you'll take your feet onto the wall and face away from the wall. From here, I can have my hands on the ground in a push-up position. I'm gonna come up to the push-up, and I'm just gonna walk until I can see my feet through my arms. So once my head's here, I can see my feet. I need to mark my hands. Some simple, easy fixes is like chalk. You can put a chalk, you can mark it with your foot, you can slap chalk down on the ground. That'll kind of give you a starting point, okay? Once we have that, it's the same drill that what Nicole was doing. We're looking for speed in the kip, and then we're looking for a locked out extension position. So I'm gonna demonstrate. As I come to there, I'm gonna get into my tripod position. Hips are as high as possible, knees on, back is flat, so I've developed off of that tripod. I'm gonna kick to the wall and push my head through. And you can repeat that over and over. Now let's say that starts to get easy. Well, now we can walk our hands closer and closer to the wall while still keeping away. That way you have the safety net of the wall. There's a reason why we have these big sturdy walls. That's so that you can kick them and damage them. So let's say hypothetically, eventually you're gonna get to the point where your hands are super close to the wall. It's gonna be a little bit hard to get to, but once you're there, you can come into the tripod. Back positioning, speed, and extension are what we're looking for. Okay, you have that safety net of the wall. Then at that point, once your hands are super close, we can turn you around. Everything's still built off of the tripod. So I should be able to get my hands this way, tripod positioning, back extension, I'll kick to the wall, bring my head through, then I've got it back down to the tripod.